Welcome, my in-law.
My daughter, I want you to marry Chief.
No, Mama. Chief is too old for me.
As the car moved, Chief Raymond studied her quietly. You live around here? Yes, sir. In the small hut near the palm trees. A girl like you should not be living in a hut, he said softly. You deserve more. When they reached her compound, Madam Katherine happened to be sweeping outside. The moment she saw the shining car stop in front of her hut, her heart almost leapt out of her chest. Before Emily could even open the door, her mother rushed forward, smiling widely. Oh, welcome, my good in-law, welcome. She greeted, bowing slightly. She asked Chief Raymond, you love what you saw, right? She asked, pointing at Emily's hips. Chief Raymond stepped out of the car. Good afternoon, madam. I was only giving your daughter a ride home. Madam Katherine looked at Emily, then at the car, then back at the man, her eyes shining with greedy excitement. So you are the one God has sent, she said joyfully. Please, come inside and rest. Emily tried to protest. Mama, quiet, her mother whispered sharply, pulling her arm. Go inside and bring water for our visitor. Madam Katherine went inside to bring water for Chief Raymond. Inside the hut, Madam Katherine's hands were shaking as she poured water. A rich man. In my compound, she whispered to herself. God has remembered me. She returned outside with Emily and handed the cup to Chief Raymond. My name is Madam Katherine, she said proudly. This is my first daughter, Emily. She is very obedient and well-trained. Chief Raymond smiled politely. You raised her well. She is a fine young woman. Madam Katherine cleared her throat. My daughter is not yet married, sir. Many men have asked for her hand, but I am very careful. I want only a serious and responsible man for her. Emily's eyes widened. Mama! Emily shouted. Chief Raymond raised an eyebrow, amused. Is that so? Yes. Madam Katherine continued quickly. We are poor people, but my daughter is not cheap. She is well educated and comes from a good home. Emily felt her cheeks burn with shame. Chief Raymond looked at Emily again, longer this time. Well, I am not married either, he said slowly. Though I am much older than her. Madam Katherine waved her hand dismissively. Age is only a number, sir. What matters is comfort and security. A young girl needs a man who can take care of her properly.
A rich man in my house. God has remembered me.
Emily could not hold it anymore. Mama, please stop. Madam Katherine shot her a warning look. Go and bring more water. When Emily left, Madam Katherine moved closer to Chief Raymond and lowered her voice. My daughter is very simple and innocent, she said. If you are interested in her, I will not stand in your way. In fact, I will be very happy. Chief Raymond studied her face carefully. And what does your daughter want? Madam Katherine hesitated for only a second. She will want whatever I want for her. At that moment, Emily returned and froze when she saw how close her mother and the rich man were sitting. Fear crept into her heart. She did not know that her mother had already begun to sell her future to a man old enough to be her father.
Afternoon, ma.
What is your occupation?
Mechanic.
Are you the owner of this car?
No, I'm not.
So you are not the owner of this car. And you are looking for my beautiful daughter. My beautiful daughter is too expensive for a common mechanic.
Mama, I love Emily.
Chief Raymond Okori left Madam Catherine's compound that evening with a satisfied smile on his face. What neither Emily nor her mother knew was that the man had lied boldly. Chief Raymond was not only married, he already had 4 wives in the city. For many years, none of them had been able to give him a child. Doctors had whispered, friends had advised, that the cause of his childlessness is from him, not his wives. But Chief Raymond believed the problem was with the women, not him. Now that he had seen Emily, young, fresh, and innocent, his heart was already convinced, this one will surely give me a son, he said to himself as his car drove away. That same evening, far away at a mechanic workshop on the edge of the village, Jude was walking under the hood of a big black car. His boss wiped his hands and said, "Jude, take this car and test the engine on the highway. Let me know if the sound is gone." Jude nodded. "Yes, sir." As he drove through the village, something caught his eye. A familiar black luxury car was coming out from Emily's hut. His heart skipped. "That looks like the same car I saw near the stream that day," he murmured. Fear rushed into his chest. Without thinking twice, Jude turned the steering and drove straight to Madam Catherine's compound. When he arrived, he parked carefully and stepped down, wiping oil from his hands. "Good evening, Ma," he greeted politely. Madam Katherine looked at him from head to toe before answering coldly, "Good evening, young man. Who are you looking for?" "I'm looking for Emily," Jude replied gently. Madam Katherine frowned. "And what is your occupation?" "I am a mechanic, Ma." The word had barely left his mouth when Madam Katherine screamed, "Mechanic." She moved closer to the car, her eyes burning with suspicion. "Are you the owner of this car you came with?" "No, Ma," Jude said humbly. "It belongs to one of my clients. My boss asked me to test the engine." Madam Katherine hissed. "Then what business do you have looking for my beautiful daughter?" She turned away, pretending not to recognize him. Jude's voice trembled. "Mama, it's me. Jude. The one who sponsored Emily through the university." She turned sharply. "And so what?" Then, folding her arms, she said harshly, "How much did you spend on her? Tell me now. I will transfer it back to you immediately." Jude's knees weakened. "Mama. Why have you forgotten so easily?" he cried. "I suffered training Emily. You promised she would marry me. Why this sudden change now that I have finished sponsoring her?" Madam Catherine's eyes flashed with anger. "Who is your mama?" she shouted. "Stop calling me mama. Even if I promised you before, I have changed my mind. I don't want you again. Carry that borrowed car and get out of my compound." She pointed fiercely at the gate. "If I go inside and come back to meet you here, you will not like the outcome." Jude fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. "Mama, please. Don't do this to me." At that moment, Rebecca returned from the farm with a bundle of firewood on her head. She stopped suddenly when she saw Jude kneeling and her mother shouting. She dropped the firewood and rushed to him. "Jude, I'm very sorry," she cried. "Please don't mind my mother. Emily will marry you, I promise you." Madam Katherine screamed in rage. She quickly removed her slippers and began to chase them around the compound. "Get out. Both of you get out of my house," she shouted, throwing the slippers at them. Jude stood up slowly, his heart shattered. As he walked away with Rebecca beside him, he turned once more to look at the hut, the place where all his dreams had begun. Tears rolled down his cheeks. He entered the car and drove off.